Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of FSEconomy with me, Mirror37. Well, this episode, I'm going to try and do like 5 flights and try to do them as quick as possible in this one episode. We're going to be flying the Skyhawk. I just noticed I was looking at our planes and someone had actually flown our plane over here to KCXO, Conroe, Texas. And I was looking at all these flights, and there's like a bunch of flights, and they were like 21 miles. It's so short. And yet they're paying like $445, which is pretty good for such a short flight. And so what we're going to do is fly in this episode. We're going to do 5 flights, KCXO, Conroe, Texas, over to 6R3, which is Cleveland, Texas. Now, we can only hold 3 people in this plane. So we'll fly from Conroe to Cleveland, then Cleveland back, then back to Conroe, back to Cleveland, back to Conroe. Or no, back to Cleveland. See, now I'm confused. Flights 1, 3, and 5 will be Conroe to Cleveland, and flights 2 and 4 will be Cleveland to Conroe. That's old. One of the flights will only have, I think, coming back to KCXO, will only have 1 passenger. I think on the final flight we'll only have 2, but still paying like $445 for just 21 miles. It seems to be pretty good. Overall, I guess it's going to be $5,340, of course, minus the fuel. We don't have to pay for the plane, it's ours. And we'll probably have to pay what is it, the ground crew fee, probably. But still should pay pretty good. Look over here at FS Commander. As you can see, it's pretty bad weather over here. So it's only 20 miles away, so Cleveland will probably be pretty bad as well. We're going to take off on runway 14, heading of 142 degrees. And then in Cleveland, I've got to look up here, I'm going to get them completely confused. We're going to land on runway 16, that's a heading of 158 degrees. And this will probably be the last time I show this because we'll just use the same for each, since we're looking at the weather. But that looks pretty bad. Yeah, it's raining there. So it'll be pretty bad weather, but we'll get through it. And by the way, we're flying in the Cessna 172 Skyhawk. And it does belong to YT Flyers. So like I say, we're not going to have to pay for anything. Alright, and with that, let's go ahead and jump on into the plane. Alright, everybody, here we are at the plane. First time, I had got my view back put in since I reinstalled the computer. And for some reason, outside views, every time you do that, like, it's almost like EZDok can't remember them or something, especially on this plane. Like, they're all messed up, I don't know. There's a Learjet over there. Pretty nice to see. No, nobody else, though. Here in Conroe. Alright, so we're going to be starting this up. I almost forgot. This economy, it kind of helps if you start it up. Payload is correct. Oh my god, that's like 2 in a row. The first 2 we've ever gotten, and kind of surprised it would be alright in this plane. Alright, parking brake is on. We're not going to have to prime it because it was just running. I know I'll flood the heck out of this thing. Throttle, 1/4 inch open. I like to do a little bit more. Idle cutoff for the mixture. Prop area is clear. There's nobody outside. We can go ahead and turn the master switch on. Let's see, our beacon can come on. Now, like I said, I'm not going to prime it, so I'll switch all that. Alright, let's go ahead and start her up. Yes, that's a full rich. She's going pretty good there. I'm going to go ahead and lean it out. About 66% should be good. So I guess I'm not sure if you needed the auxiliary fuel pump on when you do that or not. However, it doesn't matter. We started up. Let's check out oil pressure. I almost forget where everything is. We do have oil pressure. It's in the green. Navigation lights. I'll go ahead and turn those on. Alright, now we need to check our electrical system. Master switch going off. Taxi and landing lights. By the way, just give it a little bit more fuel here. Alright, taxi and landing lights coming on. Alright, now it actually wants engine RPM reduced to idle. And then we'll turn on the master switch. Here, screwing up there. We should get, I believe, the flashing. Yep, there's the volts flashing. Ammeter and low voltage, so that's good. Alright, so we'll give her a little bit more power here. And we'll turn off the taxi and landing lights. Alright, so avionics master switch can come on. Let's see, any radios that didn't come on. Alright, we got 1200 there. Alright, looks like everything did in fact come on. Flaps are fully retracted. Let me go ahead and reset my altimeter. Alright, so we're ready to go ahead and taxi. I'm not sure if there's a tower here. It looks like no. Let's see. Select a runway for takeoff. I believe it's runway 14. And now it's our taxi to it.
X-ray Oscar traffic. Cessna November 7274 Hotel is taxiing to runway 14.
By the way, get that resized real quick. Clear these messages. There we go. Alright, everything looks good there. Actually, let me go ahead and switch on. Let's go pitot heat. And I'm going to turn the taxi light on. Switch that over to GPS. And our runway for takeoff, the heading is 142. So we'll go ahead and put that in. I have no idea where exactly that's going to be. There's a plane over there. It's almost like he just popped up. It apparently is not this runway. So where is the other runway, actually? Over there. Behind us. Of course, it would have to be the one furthest away. So let's see how we even get over there. I guess the best route would be to go over here. That way we don't have to taxi onto the runway. Actually, that guy's going over there. There might be enough runway over there. Might be able to just follow him. Well, I don't know where he's going. But if that goes over, now look, yeah, you can see the signage there, and that would be probably enough room for us. So parking brake coming off. Good old gal turning here. Haven't flown the Skyhawk in a while. If I remember correctly, like the last time we flew it, it seems like it was down in Albuquerque. Though I may have flown it once since then, but I think it was Albuquerque. It was like when we landed, in this stiff headwind, and we were. It seemed like we were almost just floating. I don't know where that guy. I think that guy's taxiing down by those buildings I was talking about. Don't see anybody that way. And not that way either. Alright, give her a little more throttle here. We'll get the heck on out of here. Feels like we're just barely moving. Alright, so I'm just looking down here, altitude. I'm thinking just like 3,500 feet. It's such a short flight. I guess that won't be too high. I mean, it's like 20 miles. Like, how high do you really want to go when you're just going like 20 miles? I probably won't worry about leaning out the mixture or anything when we get up there. Especially with the FSEconomy, it'll wind. But I guess at the end it'll just use the correct amount. If you go too low, don't use as much fuel as it thinks that you should. There shouldn't be any problem there. Mute my mic for 1 second. Alright, I'm back. So we got that Learjet down here. He'll probably take off before us because we got to do our little run up and everything. So let him get on out of here. Now we're slowing down too much again. That Lariat seemed like he was taxiing really quick. It's just like us to be able to pick the furthest parking space away from the runway. Now I'm hoping that isn't the end of the runway right there, because the whole reason I was coming over here is it looked like we had enough room. And this thing doesn't get up the quickest, but it doesn't take the longest either. It looks like that taxiway goes down there a bit of a ways. So hopefully, we might have to just get on the power and hit the brakes, hold the brakes down. Because the further we get over here, I'm not liking it. See, I'm getting down on off the throttle. Here, it sounds like she's gonna stall on me. So I'll give her a little bit more there. Oh my. I don't know that we're gonna be able to get off here. We're gonna have to taxi on down a little bit. That's just not enough room. Especially with having 3 people.
Traffic Bombardier, November 4630 Hotel. Taking off, runway 14, departure to the north.
Alright, parking brake coming on. Weird jet, like I said. Figured he would get out ahead of us anyway. So let's do a before takeoff checklist. Let's check the flight controls. Everything looks good there. Rudder pedals looks good. Flight instruments, I think we've set everything. Fuel quantity, we should have about 7 gallons in each, so that looks pretty good. Mixture, we'll go full rich. Fuel selector valve is in both. Throttle her up to 1800 RPM. We need to get this out of the way. It's 15. It's about 1800 right there. Mags, let's check the mags. They always fail in this plane, it seems like. That's obviously a fail. Both. Right? That one seems to be a fail as well. It never wants to work for me. Vacuum gauge is just barely in the green, like always. Ammeter looks like it is charging, so that's okay. Annunciator panel. There's nothing there. Throttle, check idle. Alright, and now 1,000 or less. Alright, strobe lights and landing lights, we'll get to that in just a second when we go on there. Nav GPS, we're set into GPS. Autopilot is off. Elevator trim, we are set for takeoff. We can trim up just a little bit. I'm gonna have to set that in the settings where I can just like hold it. Wing flap set for takeoff. You can have it 0 to 10 degrees. I'm gonna go ahead and put it at 10. We have 3 people in here, so we're slightly heavy. For the southern that we're taking off, going to the east.
Kilo, Charlie, X-ray, Oscar, traffic, Cessna,
Strobes,
November,
landing
72,
lights.
74, hotel, taking off, runway 14, east.
Reset my
departure.
view. Parking brake coming off. And we'll come out here to the left. Like I said, we need a little bit more room. I didn't realize it was... I feared that it was going to be to the left like this. Or to the left like this. There's going to be slightly short. Man, this is a wide runway. I don't know if this is technically allowed. I think they would say, well, you should have taxied to the other end. Like I say, I didn't realize it was going to be this short. Thought we were having a little more room over here. Alright, this is probably good right here. So at least we'll know that for next time, because like I said, we gotta do this like 2 more times. Oh, I wish I could have got her lined up a little better. I don't want to use a runway trying to get over there. Alright, holding down the brakes. Alright. So it doesn't sound like she's got the power that she should. She definitely doesn't have the power that she should. Airspeed is building up so slow. There's 60 knots. Yeah, there's something definitely wrong. You can see down on their power, we just don't have it. I'm gonna go ahead and retract the flaps because our airspeed is low. We're gonna have to check something out. Because, man, she doesn't have the power. Usually it seems like if you go full power on this thing, it gets over towards the red down there on the RPMs. We just don't have it. I'm not sure it would be like that. It sounds like we're getting more power now. Maybe she just wasn't warmed up. Oh, hell. But we're in Texas, so it should be warm down here, so it shouldn't. And the temperature was in the green. But it almost sounds like, because see, we're getting more power now. I'm almost sure that that was in the green when we checked the pressure. Yeah, because I went full power and you could just hear she just didn't have it. Thank God we taxied on down a little bit. Lightning there in the background, foreground. Trying to trim her out, it takes forever in the A to A. Especially since I can't just hold it down. There, that's a little better. Probably a little too trimmed down now. We're here at the GPS. Like I said, we're coming in for runway 16. So not quite straight. We'll actually probably come over here to the left a little bit. So we trimmed her down just a little much. So this desired track is what, 087 or so? Oh, I should have put that, turn that transponder on. And we're 17 miles out. I don't want to follow the line too much. I do want to go to a little bit to the left because, like I said, we're running on 16, which is going to be over here. So we do need to be to the left a bit. Let's go down here. Autopilot. I want to follow the heading. That's all I really care about. I won't mess with the altitude or anything. Actually, we probably need to come out to the left a little bit more. Turn up ATC here. Here's the airport list. Where were we? 6R3. There's actually all those people closer to us. And just 20 miles. Runway for landing. It will be runway 16. I'm not going to do it just yet. When we're about 10 miles out, we'll tell everybody where we are. Actually, now that I think about it, we need to get up in the traffic pattern, don't we? So actually need to, I guess we do actually kind of need to follow over here. So the pattern will be about 1100. Let's go up to about 2000 actually. Make sure I arm it. Alright, we actually are armed. Let me just make sure. There we go.
Romeo 3, traffic, American Pacific 1922, taking off runway 16, departure to the north.
Yeah, that's where we're going. He is using 16. So actually, let's go down here and use the nav. If you think about that, we got to get up in the pattern, and then we're gonna have to go over the airport and then turn around. I didn't write any of the degrees down or anything. Any of the legs. Always write that down so I can cheat a little bit and see exactly what we got. Five flights. Hopefully it won't be too long of episode. What I'll do is I'll skip all the previous steps and all the other flights. I'll do it myself, but won't record that. That way I can trim down the time a little bit, or else 5 flights will get kind of long. But honestly, I'll lose anything running out of stuff to say. But at 2,000 feet, that'll put us about almost 2,000 feet above. So, about 1,100 AGO for the pattern, that'll put us 900 feet above them. We should be fine. I believe that the standard is between 500 to 1,000 feet above that. So we'll be alright. And the crappy weather, but honestly, it hasn't affected us that much. It had to have. I'm gonna check it, but that temperature's going up. It must be that our engine wasn't warm. But after all that taxing and the run up and everything, I thought it would be fine. I am really surprised. Because when we started up and looked at the pressure, I thought I saw the temp was in the green as well. Although the green goes all the way down to here as well. That was kind of freaky because we were going. I was like, I don't know if I should stop this thing or not. I couldn't think of what it was. Actually, if I had thought it was the temperature right off, I probably would have stopped. That was kind of freaky. Alright, we're 10 miles out. Now it's full stop landing. That's our position.
6 Romeo 3 traffic. Cessna November 7274 Hotel is 10 miles west 2000. Inbound to land. Runway 16.
We're going full bore too, full throttle. Actually, a pretty good speed down here. Ceases to be into this plane and having to go real slow. Or at least it feels real slow. There it is. I'm trying to identify it out here. I don't think that's it. That one's going the wrong way. So this is probably not even an airport. This might be it, probably right there. So you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and switch this thing over to heading. Because that looks like it might fly us over towards the very end of it. I want to try to cross over the middle. There's that other airport right there. So we should actually be just beyond it, so that doesn't look like it now. I don't see what else it would be. That's too far. But it does look like that is beyond that one. Six miles out. Although it's going to be pretty small. That looks like that's a bigger airport than the one we're going to. I mean, that must be it. Just on the map, it seemed like it should be so much closer. We 5 out. Now that's our position again. Didn't go. There we go.
Traffic, Cessna, November 727 Fort Hotel is 5 miles west 2000, inbound to land, runway 16.
Yeah, and like I said, we'll circle back around and come over in for the landing. I totally didn't even think about having to go into the pattern, or else I would have written all my directions down. We'll just kind of do it off the fly here. It'd probably be easier if we just hand flew it. There she be. She actually took a little bit longer than I thought it would at 20 miles. So I don't know if I should in the other ones speed it up or not. Small Texas. Everything's bigger in Texas, apparently not in this area. Just don't hear much traffic over here. We did hear the one person taking off on, was it 16? I do love that lightning effect. And the cloud textures look pretty good. I can't remember what in the hell I selected in Rex, but it looks better than last time. I did not like the ones last time. There we are, coming over the airfield. Even though it says we're 1 mile out. Was it Cleveland, Texas? Alright, we're crossing over now. Go ahead and get rid of that. Man, I keep yawning. Well, that was great. That looked great. It's so weird. Doesn't do it from that angle. Alright, I'll go just a little ways and then I'm gonna go ahead and get off the power. Let's go ahead and get off the autopilot. Set my views here. I don't want to turn too fast, but you also don't want to go too slow. I think slower would be better because we did have a little bit ways to go down there. Low fuel lights coming on. Ah, you can really hear that thunder now. I'm just listening to that thunder. It sounds great. Alright, starting to get back. I think we're about parallel with it now. Just a little more power. The sound effects of the thunder is crazy good. Should just about have it back in view. I kind of want to turn. There we go. That's why track IR would be good. I hate having to take my hands off of it. Alright, this is 158, so we'll be at about 338. The downwind. Let's go ahead and call that we're on downwind.
6 Romeo 3 traffic, Cessna, November 727 Fort Hotel is on downwind. Runway
And we're at about 1100. That's exactly where we wanted it to be as we get into the pattern. I'm trying to trim it. I forgot you can't hold it. Aim it better get a little closer. See, that's the problem with the trimming, and now it's gone a little too much. I've always kind of struggled in some of the A to A stuff trimming. Although the worst is that damn Cherokee. Although I think part of that's probably its system. Always gets me. Flaps coming out. Now I'm going to go ahead and move this to 158. This is going to let me... I don't want to get too slow. Concentrating on that wasn't any good. Alright, let's call base.
6 Romeo 3 traffic, Cessna, November 727.
I see that and the flaps got me way too freaking high. I think we're gonna have to get down. Not like that. I hate having to take my daggone hands off the controls. Yeah, we did. I forgot we were going a little slower, so we didn't get out all that far.
6 Romeo 3 traffic, Cessna, November 727 Fort Hotel is on final runway 16 to land.
Need to trim out a little more. We'll go full flaps. Man, I wish we had gotten out further. We're just going so daggone slow. Then when we had to climb, we were climbing, so that got us even slower. Lighten up here. Oh, I was just starting to pull up a little bit more. It could have been worse. In the end, I guess it wasn't actually all that bad. I don't know why, but I always have that little bit of a... I can't tell exactly how high I am off the ground when coming in. I struggle with that so much. I don't know why I don't know if I struggle at it more than other people or what, but I really suck at that. Because I struggle to get it right on like I want it. To flare and everything. Although in these, I guess you don't flare as much. A plane like this. We can turn off the pitot heat, strobes, and landing lights. I'll leave the others on. Alright, that's not recording anymore. I can't remember if I checked that or not. Alrighty. Park right over here. That's kind of nice. That's what I like. Just put it right in the middle of the runway or something. That was so great.
Foxtrot, Kilo, traffic, American Pacific 1922 is 11 miles west inbound. Visual, runway 7.
Glad you said that, because I almost forgot to tell everyone that we're clear.
Fort Hotel is clear of the runway.
Would have totally forgotten that. Train spotter needs to come off. Get back on it. These brakes. It's like I can't be gentle with this plane. Or a lot of planes. I don't know why it's like that with the brakes. Alright. Park and brake. We'll let FSEconomy grab it. Taxi light can come off. Get to my thing here. All right, so electrical equipment and autopilot. Make sure everything is off. GPS, choose as well. All right, so all that is off. Avionics master switch, you can go off. Mixture, auto cut off. So nav and beacon can come off. Ignition switch, you go off. Master switch off. I'm not going to worry about the control locks, and you can put this on left or right. Although I guess we didn't really need to do all that because, like I said, we'll be out of here in just a second. But let's go check FSEconomy right now and get ourselves paid for that flight. All right, everybody, here we are. It says $1,335. We rented the plane for 30 minutes, 100, so it costs us $51.44. Although that goes to us. Fuel is our real cost, $18.77, and the ground crew fee, $133.50. So our real expenses came to $152.27, $644 on the bonus. Although we'll lose that on the next one. I guess all in all we'll get plus $644 on all the distance most when it's all set after all 5. Earnings for the flight, $1,137.72. $336.72 to YT Flyers, $801 to me. But it all goes to YT Flyers. So hopefully, I mean, well, I was going to say times step by 5, but that's not actually true. Because 2 of our flights, yeah, it'd actually be times 4. Because one flight has 1 person, the other has 2. So I guess it would be totally times 4. I don't know. Let's check this out. My flight, because we're going back. So you can see these people are departing already at 6R3 to KCXO. So there's one coming back that'll be by itself. 1, 2, 3. So it'll be, yeah, the last flight will be 2. All right, so I'll go ahead and we'll look at the landing, and then I guess we'll come back to the taxi. Be right back. Alright, everybody, here we are back in the plane. Let me jump outside. I restarted FSX. I'm going to do that after each flight. Just in case, so black screens or anything, we'll be alright. Because, you know, full screen it and stuff, anytime you train, like, it blinks like that, it can only do it a few times when you got the E and B, or else it'll totally screw up. Start the flight. Payload is correct. Good. I did... in FSEconomy, I switched it back up to 14 gallons of fuel. There we go. Alright, so I started up, obviously. I started the taxi and I was like, yeah, I'll cut it right here. Instead of, you know, going back to starting it right at the runway, which we could have done. Which is probably what I'll do on the next ones. I'll just... On the other ones, after we do FSEconomy, I'll just come back and I'll do the run-up, and then we'll cut back in. That way you guys don't have to watch the run-up every single time, which is fine with me. We'll have enough room here. Hopefully we won't have a power problem. I did restart FSX, so it's not... The plane is, you know, kind of like a fresh one. I mean, the heat, the temperature down there looks like it's fine. Down there by the pressure, but who knows? I haven't checked the last one yet because I'm still recording on the same one, the same file. So I don't know if that, it has to be what it was though, because then it was fine after a little bit of flying. It had to have been the temperature. I could have sworn it was in the green. All right, here we are. Let's go ahead and put the brake on. Oh, she's gonna flutter on me. Alright, flight controls. Everything looks good there. Rudder pedals looks good. This is just 2500 real quick. We already have it set up for the runway on the heading. Alright, fuel quantity, we should be about 7 and 7. 7 and 6, that's close enough. It's hard with ATA to get exact sometimes. Mixture, full rich. Fuel selector valve is in both. Throttle her up to 1800 RPM. We'll check the mags. Of course they will fail. See, like that time they're better. The right one fails. The left was good though for some reason. Alright, vacuum gauge is in the green. Ammeter looks okay. There was no warnings, by the way. Check idle. Alright, and now 1,000 or less. Okay, so we don't mess with the throttle lock. Friction, strobe lights, and landing lights we'll get in just a second when we're getting on the runway. We're in GPS. Autopilot is off. And we can go ahead and set the flaps to 10 degrees. So let's look over here. I should have already talked to everyone, said that we were taxiing. We're taking off on 16, and we're going out to the west.
6 Romeo 3 traffic, Cessna, November 7274 Hotel, taking off runway 16, departure to the west.
Alright, that way looks good, that way looks good. Strobe, landing lights, bring my yoke back. Let's go ahead and get on out of here. Transponder coming on. Get up, yeah. Hopefully no engine problems this time. Whoa. The temperature looks fine there now. Yeah, it just sounds like we have more power. Although it's at the same place. Maybe I'm just imagining things. Come on, plane. How did I get way over to the left? There's our 60 knots. The rain is stopped here, by the way. You might notice, you can see some lightning in the background. That's not where we're going, that's the opposite direction, really. Trimming it down a little bit, we're picking up some better airspeed now. Let's go ahead and retract the flaps. So everything looks good there. Head out to the right here. Like I said, I've got the autopilot set to 2500. Won't really need to go any higher than that. Yeah, the weather looks a little bit better over there. You can see some blue skies sinking through on those clouds. Man, this thing just doesn't like to trim down. Good lord. That's a little better there. Yeah, this plane can be a real pain in the ass when it comes to trim. I'd like to see how much did it come down. Although we were trimmed for takeoff and I'm trimming it down, so I'm not sure how that's come up so much. So those ground gremlins there, I didn't go outside and zoom around like I did before. Autopilot. Go ahead. Oh, I hit approach, didn't I? Come on, I gotta find the button now. Nav. There we go. I'll arm it. Climb at 600 feet a minute. 1,000 to go. So let's see. I gotta reset this, huh? Get those messages off. Desired track, it looks like 266. There you go, just about 18 miles or so. I don't know, what do you think about the upholstery? It's not too bad. Some of those older planes are really ugly in the Cessna. Small town looks good though. I really do like those textures. One thing is about the water, openLC, like it seems like if there's a puddle when they were looking at it or whatever, then it definitely shows up as water. It's a little bit bigger obviously than it should be. So it's kind of confusing sometimes because you'll get like a big thing of water and it's like it's not really that big in real life. Although it's also the collar probably makes it look like that as well. Where in real life itself it's not going to be so blue, so it wouldn't be so noticeable. On FSX and with the collar it is. The big interstate running through town. Yeah, just small towns, I guess, here in Texas. In this area, obviously. Alright, we're about 2,500, about to level off. We're about 16 out. So I'll speed it up just for a second. It helps me with editing as well when I speed up for a second. So I'll be right back. Alright everybody, slowing her down to normal speed. We just went from 10 to 9 miles out, so let's, there's the airport list. KCXO is what we want. And runway for landing, let's see, it'll be 14. Full stop landing, we'll tell them where we are.
Kilo Charlie X-ray Oscar traffic, Cessna November 7274 Hotel is 10 miles east 2,500 inbound to land, runway 14.
Alright, I was just thinking maybe this should be the only two that actually show. I like to show all the flights. I didn't show one in the Duke because that might be the only one. It's because I like to show, document all the flights. Let me get rid of the ground gremlins. I totally screwed that one up. Oh, how do I get this out of here? There we go. I think there was one time when we did something similar to this and I didn't show all of them. But like I said, I do like to show all of them. But I was thinking maybe I'll just show the landing here. And we'll look at FSEconomy and everything, and then I'll do the other three without recording it. And then once those are done, I'll show FSEconomy again and we'll look at the final figures on the money. Like, see how there's so much water, but really there probably it shouldn't probably look like that in real life? I would think, I don't know. It just seems like that to me. Alright, so we'll be about 1,100. We'll go to about, let's go down to about 2,000 to get in the pattern. That looks like that's probably our airport right there. That'll put us 900 above. Let me get over here. So we gotta go to vertical speed. There we go. And let me go ahead and switch this over to heading mode. And we'll fly out here to the left a little bit. Make it a little better on the 45. I should have 5 miles out.
Kilo Charlie X-ray Oscar.
We're at 4 now, obviously, but
Hotel is 5
this is a little bit of a shorter approach the way we're coming in.
Inbound to land. Runway 14.
Weather here is much improved as well. That's our runway right there, so we need to get closer to our approach speed. So bring the power down a bit. Start making our approach here. Or should I say, maybe not correct, we're getting into the approach here, but getting into the traffic pattern. It's called that we're on downwind. We may have needed to get a little closer. We're 2 miles out.
Cessna November 727 Fort Hotel is on downwind. Runway 14.
Yeah, I could have maybe gotten a little closer. Kind of like a little bit of a longer base leg anyway. Seems easier to get lined up because sometimes we come in, turn it too short. Sometimes it's too much because, you know, it's harder, like I said, in FSX to look over like that. See, that was a ground gremlin. I still get him on occasion, but nothing like it was. I had a real tough problem with them there for a while. Tough to make landing videos and FSX flights with that crap going on. Here's our beautiful airport. I want to say Conroe, Cleveland. So this is Conroe. Almost seems like we're 322, 321. So that is right on there. 322. It seems like we're kind of too close, I don't know. Ah, there's another one. I don't know, do we need to go outside again real quick? Shouldn't. And we'll jump back in. Could do a quicker one, although we need to get down real quick. Wasn't really prepared for that in the last one. I'm going to go ahead and hit the flaps. And the autopilot is still on, so she'll bring us down. Yeah, there you see her trimming it down. Easier to let it handle it the first time, man. When that last landing, I was trying to handle that and everything. I got us all out of whack. We can get rid of that. Alright, so it looks like she's got us all level again. Autopilot coming off. Call out the base.
Charlie X-ray Oscar traffic. Cessna November 727 Fort Hotel is on base. Runway 14.
Alright, off the power, so we can start descending a little more. Oh, you know what? When we got in the pattern, we were supposed to come down to 1100, and we didn't. Daggone it. I always got to screw something up, so we should be at 1100. So we got to do some more getting down. Leave it to me to screw that up. I should have noticed that when we were looking at it. It was a little higher than it should be. I think we're probably going to turn a little too tight. Trying to do that coordinated turn too. Work on that stuff. Yeah, a little tight. That's what I figured. Of course, we are high. I knew that was going to happen, like I said. We came out a lot further.
Traffic, Cessna, November 7274 Hotel is on final runway 14 to land.
Yeah, came out a lot further than the last one, which helps a lot. Especially on this one since we were so high. We're just now getting below the traffic pattern altitude. Can't believe I did that. Actually, I can't believe I did that. I'm on the power just a little bit more because we were descending a little too quick. I mean, we needed to get down a little bit more, but I think we're all right now. And we're still descending at about 700 feet a minute, which is a little bit quicker than we would normally do on our approach in this plane. Alright, off the power a little more. Full flaps. I'm afraid if I get off too much, we're going to descend a little too quick. Everything looks pretty good. We're slightly fast. But with us descending so quickly, that's understandable. There we go. Off the power, float on down. Oh, there's the taxiway. We need that taxiway. Slow down, because we don't want to go all the way to the end. That'll work, I guess. I didn't want to have to go all the way down to the end, because we'll stop her here and park over here. Clear the runway.
Kilo Charlie X-ray Oscar traffic, Cessna, November 7274 Hotel is clear of the runway.
Alright, FS recorder. Did I click that? Yes. Doesn't look like it. Turn that off. Pitot heat can go off. Strobes and landing lights can also all go off. Alright, let's go ahead and taxi on over. Turn the GPS off. I can turn all most of this stuff off, really. Where's that button? There we go. Don't want to turn the communications off. Can't even remember which is nav and which is comms. Although if you switch the left off, the right goes off with it on this plane, so I won't mess with it. We didn't turn the heading to the runway landing. Heading, but that's alright. Yeah, the weather here is much improved. Stop here. I haven't heard anyone on the radios. Each side looks good. Got a little pepper up there. It sounded like I had turned the throttles up a ton. It didn't seem like it. Alright, so we don't want to go to the right because the fuel pumps are over there. We don't want to do that. Although FSEconomy will save us. Let's see. I think we should just go over and just park. I don't know if there's any like real like parking spaces like FSX usually shows, but we'll just come over here and shut her down. Looks like there's one right over there. We'll just park here. Put her wherever you want her. Alright. Turn the taxi light off. Let FSEconomy grab it. Alright, there we go. I'm going to go ahead and switch the nav off. Electrical equipment, you go off. Avionics smash, the switch goes off. Mixture auto cut off. Beacon, you can come off. Mags, master switch, you go off. Cool, we're good. Let's go over to FSEconomy and get ourselves paid. Alright everybody, so the income here, $1,335. 6 minutes quicker on that one actually, saving a little bit of money. Fuel, $11.86, $133.50 for the ground crew fee, those are our real costs for $145.36, lost to $644 on the distance. Earnings this flight, $1,142.56. All going in. So you can see it was, what, $5 more? But that just, I think, came from here. So we did use a little bit less than fuel. I think the last one was at 12 something in fuel. We used 11 here. Oh, we used a lot more in fuel on that one. So that's why. I think, what was it? Income 1335. Yeah, so it was the same. All right, so like I said, I kind of thought about it, and I won't record the next three. So I've got to go back over to 6R3, then back to KCXO, then back to 6R3. So I'll just do those unfilmed since I've already filmed the first two. Everyone knows what's going on. And I'll probably show the replays of those landings after each one, and at the end we'll come back to FSEconomy and look at the financials after all that. So with that, I'll show this landing. I'll probably show all three landings. There's 3 more to go. And then we'll come back in just a second and talk about the financials. So be right back. Alright everybody, so we're back here at FSEconomy, got all those flights done, all 5 of them. And so we'll check and see how much money we made after all those replays. That third one, man, that third landing was perfect. I love that. And then I followed it up by 2 really crappy ones. All right, so let's look at the earnings here, because I think that 781, I think, is the... Yeah, 781. So we can see here exactly how much we made total for these. 1137.72 cents plus the 1142 and 56 cents and 1174 and 94 cents. And see that the fourth one was pretty cheap, 256.30. The last two were pretty cheap. And 781.78. So we made $4,500, 4,493. So quite honestly, it wasn't that bad. It was 5 flights. It was only 20 miles each way, and we got almost $4,500. So I'm pretty happy with that overall. And we're doing pretty good on money. Man, Tucker is just blowing through stuff. You must fly almost every day. I can't quite do that myself because of work, although I would love to. Let's look at the banking here. Put them both at 10,000 because we're doing quite well. 132,000. A lot of that because of Tucker lately, killing it. Plus 963 and I totally screwed that up. 132,963. 14 cents plus the 78,329 and 8 cents and the 20,000. So we're up to 231,000. So we're only like 670 away, 70,000 away, and we'll get a new plane hopefully. As long as it still costs like 30 grand. And of course I'm not sure exactly what we'll buy. But so we're getting close. Only 70 grand away. That's not that many flights, especially if everybody else helps out. So that'll be pretty good. However, that's going to be it for this episode, everybody. Hope you all did enjoy it. I will catch you guys on the next flight.